Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Captain America's Civil War. Okay, so... I don't care. I well and truly don't care. Honestly, I'm really over it. I'm over superhero movies. I'm over this whole trend. I like the Marvel films, but after a while they all start to blend together. I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm also going to say that there was not a single thing in there that was new or different from all the other ones. It's gonna be better than Batman v Superman, but that's because Batman v Superman is incredibly incompetent. This movie will have the same old formula that works every time, with no changes. So, I am not enthusiastic, even though I know it's probably gonna be good. So, yeah, I am 100% over it, and I can assure you that if I were not reviewing movies as a hobby, that I would stop seeing them. Even when it's something as glamorous as Iron Man fighting Captain America, and Spider-Man's in there too, and Black Panther, and all sorts of superheroes are fighting each other. Even when it's a movie like that, completely over it. I don't care if next year they release Marvel Zombies vs. the Harlem Globetrotters. I am 100% over it. I will watch it, and I will say it was good, and then I will move on. In case you're wondering, I'm going with Captain America, 'cause woo, freedom, liberty, yada yada yada. But, of course, at the end they're just gonna team up to take down some bad guys, so that's pretty much the only kind of story you can tell with in a two heroes fighting each other kind of thing. So, well, time for me to get into the specifics. I enjoyed it. Exactly like I would said. And also, like I said, this is pretty much an improvement in every single possible way upon Batman v Superman. Including, it has certain aspects reminiscent of Batman v Superman. I mean, like, it's bringing together a whole bunch of other members into a conflict. It's introducing new characters with little to no background, getting them in there. There is a plot point involving mothers, but it's far less stupid. Like not something like, oh, they have the same name, and I love my mommy, let's be friends now. Nothing like that happens. In fact, pretty much the exact opposite happens, which is cool. Yeah, pretty much. I know I complain about the Marvel formula, but this actually had a pretty good structure for it. I mean, I guess they technically had to vary it up since this is a versus movie of sorts. And I like the way they did it. Basically, the way they handle it is that they have this huge battle with like 15 people all fighting each other. Spider-Man's there, Black Panther's there, and they're all like battling each other in this big awesome fight scene. And you think, oh, okay, this is the Civil War, this is the versus part, but it cleverly subverts that idea, and even the whole thing of at the end they team up against the big villain, it subverts that idea in a way that I found pretty clever. Mostly because the main villain is completely inept. He is no match for either Iron Man nor Captain America on any kind of physical level. He's not particularly smart, just has an agenda that he wants to accomplish. And I enjoyed it. This felt like what Age of Ultron could have been, and what I feel the original Avengers was. Just this big group movie, not like universe buildings that much. It's just being a movie with these characters, setting up new characters and stuff, and subtly hinting at new movies, but not like dedicating entire scenes that have nothing to do with the rest of the movie to like Ragnarok and stuff. So, yeah, I liked it. For instance, we get reintroduced to Commander Ross, and they mention, and I think there's like a line about the Hulk somewhere, and I love, and cool, they mentioned the Hulk, and that's it. There's no like scene where we see like, not even like an end credits one where like Bruce Banner's like, I'm gonna be sent off to Planet Hulk any day now. So that was nice. But the fact that it's not Age of Ultroning isn't really like a good attribute, just a non-negative one. It's punishing you less to make it feel like a reward. Yeah, whatever. So honestly, this was enjoyable. I went pretty much exactly like I predicted. It's not at all like extraordinary. There's nothing super special about it that will have me raving forever, but it was a nice way to spend 2.5 hours, like most of the movies are. So, yeah. So yeah, I pretty much enjoyed it. I heard something for Batman v Superman. Hold on, the battery's running low. There we go. I saw some sort of headline somewhere and says, "Why is Batman v Superman the most polarizing movie of all time?" God. Man of Steel was polarizing. It was pretty much a love it or hate it kind of thing. Like, some people loved it, some people hated it. I was on the hated it side, of course. Age of Ultron was kind of polarizing. I personally found it okay, but it had a lot of problems that I'm willing to acknowledge, and a lot of people were just totally put off by them. Batman v Superman isn't polarizing, in my opinion. It's pretty much universally bad. Like, there are some people who like it, and if you do, that's fine, but it's almost textbook bad. So, yeah, the fact that this movie is better than that isn't really surprising, but just that article, for some reason, it pissed me off. Especially since the most polarizing movie of all time. You know what I would consider the most polarizing movie of all time? And anyone who's like a film fanatic would probably agree with me. Maybe there's something bigger, but this is the one I would go with. A Birth of a Nation. I'd consider that the most polarizing movie of all time. Why? Because it's a film that portrays black people as brainless, zombie-like, terrible creatures who want to take over the world and destroy it with their stupidity and evilness and rape women and stuff like that. It is an incredibly racist film that set back black rights by decades and was used by the Ku Klux Klan as a recruiting measure. And it is also one of the most well-constructed films of its time, revolutionized the industry, and brought about many techniques that still hold up to this day. Now that's polarizing. That's a movie that is ingrained in film history because of its contributions to the technology, but also happens to be the most terrible, terrible thing ever. You see what I mean? That's something I could see people polarized over. Batman v Superman ultimately is about two people hitting each other. You go there to see two different people hit each other. That can be bad or good, but you know what? That is not going to be as polarizing as The Birth of a Nation. So there's my little mini rant on that. It has nothing to do with Civil War at all. I didn't like that headline. That's me complaining about a newspaper headline about Batman v Superman that has very little to do with this review, other than comparing the fact that there's two superheroes fighting as the main advertising scheme. Yeah. Well constructed, it works, of course. Funny banter, yeah. It wasn't boring. In fact, I smiled a few times, like I do during these movies, but god damn it, I really don't care. Honestly, if all the studios just decided, you know what, we're done, we're moving on, you know what, we're gonna bring back just Schwarzenegger films, we're just gonna release 2 of those a year, maybe 6 of those a year, I'd be cool with it. Honestly. Because I'm done. I don't want to see any more. I don't care that they're good. I really don't. I don't care that I enjoy myself during them because they're all the same. I could get the same enjoyment out of watching The Avengers again as I would out of watching this. Out of watching Guardians of the Galaxy again instead of watching this. It would be the same level of enjoyment, but, you know, I can just watch it over and over. It's a much cheaper way of doing that. So yeah, there you go. I'm officially done. I don't know how many other people are done with it. I know I Hate Everything had a video that said he's done with superhero movies. I've been fed up with them for a while, but you know, yeah, there you go. I'm bandwagoning on this. I'm done. I don't want to see any more. Of course I am. There's like a few more. There's Doctor Strange, there's X-Men Apocalypse, there's whatever the hell else is coming out. Sinister Six, no, Suicide Squad, that's what's coming out as well. Don't care. I'm gonna watch them like I watch everything else, but I really don't give a crap. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dyer-Situation.